conventional Western education. Apostle Ikechukwu authored no fewer than 10 books in his life of apostolic ministration. The books include Physicians and Medicine. It is worthy of note to x-ray the literary works of Apostle Joseph Ikechukwu, despite the fact that he was not a product of a conventional Western education. Apostle Ikechukwu authored no fewer than 10 books in his life of apostolic ministration. The books include Physicians and Medicine, Problems of Marriage, The Man God Uses, Change Over, Let No Man Deceive You with the Kingdom of This World, amongst others.
Some of the books he wrote, I was the one that not only typed them, we wrote it. He had some challenges with education, so the Holy Spirit helped him, and that is how he himself molded me through the Holy Spirit too. So our hearts met together.
Just like any other priest, Apostle Ikechukwu, despite receiving direct ministration from God, was ordained a pastor in 1947 at Ajagbodudu by a team of ministers and elders from the Apostolic Church in the present-day Abia State.
God tell him, say, make you go back to village. Go and call, there's one pastor from Apostolic Church. That pastor have the Spirit of God. If you shake you, he will tell you everything concerning you. So make you go and call that pastor, and the man will be in charge to do the arrestation. So he leave Wajabodu, go back to village, go meet the pastor Kawa. The name be Kawa. The other man is a Lazarus, a Gemba. He tell them, say, God say, make them fool them, come to Ajabodu, and they come and open the church when he build, and he bless the box of covenant, because God say, you make this box of covenant to tell you that you know it is your appointed time, and he said you know disappoint God as an encoder. So whatever he asks him to do, he go do it, and whatever he said ask him to do, he go do it for them. So these people, they no refuse, they follow come. So now that day they open the church and they bless that box of covenant. I'm telling you, that day it's a very great day to God.
Months after his ordination, there was an eclipse of the sun that made the people of Ogbobule, his hometown, to troop to his home for protection. The place later became a fellowship center.
He was told people in our village here that something will happen, and nobody believed until the thing happens. Okay.
Once upon a time, there was something happened for British University. My boss used to be like primary 6 to primary 5 to 6. They would get the guy, both girls and boys. From there, all the others gathered together. They said this thing will come no good. They will find out the solution of it. From there now, some people live Benin, they come tell us say there's one man, a prophet called Kechuku. He can submit one for us that this thing will happen again. And from there we send message to Benin. 1955. From there now, the man come with his followers. When he come, we greet him. We come narrate how everything be concerning the death of your boss. From there now, we go around the local trees where the people where go Agaba before, they say that they are the one. When night come, we will get up. We dey shout face and face that he did down, na lie, na he see dey up. And the local trees on for many years. And from there, Kechuku say, all right, we carry on, we should go around the local trees. When we reach there now, from there, you see everybody will firewood. We come gather them together for there. Now, because that dry season, put fire for it. Burn to ashes. So from there, he say, everybody can start church. We not come church. People will run away for there, all doing wages. If they come back, they will do something. Now from there, everybody has entered this church. We did this church since 1955 to this present time. I said everything better for better now. From where you see this man will come preach for us now. We don't believe him. The church will do this for better. Since then, now from there, the church is still doing that now.
We came to talk about the Iroko tree that spiritually at night the Iroko tree used to get up. So they gathered the elders of the village, they came here, gathered fire, and they burned the Iroko, the place. Then we pray here. Even later, some operator came, they saw the wood, the log. So you can see that hole there, where they stand to saw that time they use a handsaw, not motor saw. That time they use that is the hole they stay sawing the wood. Yes. This hole don't almost cover now. This is the hole. This is the hole, don't almost cover. Don't almost cover the hole.
Immediately we started worshiping with Staple. Myself with this Atananga. We started one operation takeover. We went to Lagos. We met one Oyuru, where the father is a German. We thought it's okay. That's how they started quickly. So we had one Uba of Abbey, one house. As we returned from Lagos, we went to Abbey. Then we received us. We started one town hall at Abbey. And at that time, anywhere we go, we invite the spirit and the expand of the church, and we make open air peace. So that's how we started the new church gradually. And this very place, Saple, after buying it, then we contributed. We have to build a permanent building there. So here, it was Saple elders who came and leveled the ground on this place. This place was built by two people. Ehigweze and Libere Atalaga. One Ehigweze, the Ehigweze lives now, but the wife worshipped at a highway. So this is how this place was built, this small hall. That's how Saple just started.
The first person to become member of himself in Abbey was a man called Isaac in Nubuji, around should be early 50. Then the second person was Azikuba, in the second person. Then the third person is Ogaleka, the first father church for the new dispensation. So then that Isaac was the first person was from Ibofu in Abbey. So he met a lot of God and took a lot of God to establish. It was not the one that brought himself to Abbey, but rather the covenant, the second covenant, that is Isaac Uba, who became the second convert of a lot of God, was a goldsmith in Benin. So he had a problem, let me say illness, with something mental. So when he visited a lot of God gave him instruction to go and take something, and that is pray for him. And after he was healed, he now said, okay, this church must come to his place. So he now took a lot of God from Benin to establish a church in Abbey. That is the first church at Ubochi.
And that man will write a letter to it. Say, I don't make it come. We want to make it come here also, and look for where we go. We look where we go. Worship. He come Lagos. When they come with one person when they call Obiaru. Now, Abaka, just data man. So we tell them everything. That time we were just finished now. School is never open. We don't have a car for it to read there. We love it to see where we go they stay there, worship God. No teacher, no headmaster. Where we go meet it. Every Sunday we go for their school worship. So we stay and he live that pastor for us. The pastor there with the father of church. So the father of church will come carry us to, as they don't find it for that we said. So nowhere to. So we come go Ajabule. Carry father of church carry go Ajabule. Go to Yaketimi. I don't know her husband's name, but I know the woman's name. Yaketimi, Niger woman. So Niger with that will be Niger too. So carry us go there. So when the woman see us happy, receive us well. So we tell them, say, we look for where. There we come, go to one Sunday with that pastor. You see, get to come with one pastor. His name. I don't forget his name. So with and the Rufus, let the Rufus. See, so when we worship there, now there people where don't come Lagos, we worship for some Joseph. Come in so we worship there. That place is full of. Holy Spirit will walk every Sunday there. So they carry one Sunday, they carry Pastor Sophie. They make them either from either become minister for this Sunday. Maybe you go now. So they carry and come. with his wife. So say got something with his whether not belly or something like that. So they don't go hospital, they don't go native doctor. So okay. So that day God work for him body, they pray for him. And God will heal her. That thing vanished away. Now so Osweke with his family join in St. Joseph. So the people where they pay money for that place every day, they don't pay in time. So before they come church now, another church they don't take that place when we worship. So Osweke now they for Kirikiri because now water. Now so church we take go Kirikiri. So we come and go to one school where they call Culinary there. So the headmaster agree, so make we dey come worship there. So we from Jagode to Culinary. So there we dey worship.
Before I and my people from Rivers joined St. Joseph Choosing Church of God, we were formerly members of Christ Apostolic Mission. So where we were worshiping under the Christ Apostolic Mission, the wife of the senior elder, as we call him then, died. Sunday morning, the members of the church, we all went to service because we never knew. But unfortunately, as we gathered for service, members of the man's family, who were not members of the church, caused crisis, came and fought members of the church, and the service of that day ended up in an uproar. That was where we stopped going to that church. One of our deaconesses now, by name Ngozi Bones, tried to gather some of the women in somebody's compound at a place called Ogunabali. Myself, since I just stopped from that Christ Apostolic Church mission, I didn't go to anywhere again. It was my wife who was joining them in that new place they were gathering. They only go there, gather and pray. No man was with them, only women. So one of the days, they sent my wife to ask me to come. So I made up my mind, I went. I was with them, and they told me that for the only women to be here is not good. I should try to be with them as a man. And then that place they positioned as an altar that I can now be staying there and at least pray for them, talk with them and whatever. I said, okay.
Then in prophecy through me, God said we should find a man called Ikechukwu. That when that man came, that he will use a spoon and give us water. And that water will not dry. So after the prophecy, they told me, how can I know? I don't know that man. But as they told me, my spirit accepts him. Immediately I said, yes. this is the man that I will hand over the church to. And by then, late Apostle Joseph Ikechukwu was in Onitsha. So by then, I said, no, let me find him. And the man already have received the message, the vision, that there is a group from Port Harcourt that are coming to meet him. And he said, for one to left Onitsha, on that beautiful day, I fixed to go there. So he dropped his load and wait for me in front of the church. I carried this Sansinubu then. That is the time Rose Lumati enter. That is the modern general of the St. Joseph. I carried Sansinubu, carry Rose Lumati, carry Nyong Okocha in another church now, carry Abraham Ahiyo, then one Patrick from Abba. He is the one that lead us there because I don't know that place. I carried them go to that place. When I read there, our late father saw me and hugged me, say, hey, this is the daughter I am seeking for. The revelation he gave me that day is Jeremiah 30. He said, when I reach that, I should read it. He called us. That is how I joined St. Joseph.
I say, as a secretary of that church, in Choosing Church of Christ, I was privileged to go through their files and records from 1974 to 1989. And that was the thing that convinced somebody like me that no, that we are not right. If God had been talking to us, that we should return the church to the honor and few clique of people because of what they are getting in the church, just go and change the name of the church. Somebody of my training that I cannot belong there. So I stood by Apostle Romo then, who was our leader. I wrote the letter asking the elect of God that we need him to come back for the second missionary journey in Akwa Ibom. And I wrote the letter before him in his house in Benin on the 9th of June, 1991. There he invited the present spiritual leader, Apostle Nekotalele, and then Apostle Tipa. Those were the only two apostles that were with us. And they agreed that the elect of God should come. That's how the man came back. And we embraced him.
As we were in choosing, he came on the 21st of June, 1991. There was a problem in the old church, as my sister said. Then there was no other alternative than for him to call us. Then we heard the story that the prophecy came to Choosing Church of Christ, that they should leave the church to Joseph Ikechukwu. We continued observing for some days. They couldn't change the name of the church. We now moved out from Choosing due to that circumstances to Trinity Nursery and Primary School, 31 high tension line in Blackwitam, Itu local government. That is where we started the first fasting. We were only 10. And we continued keeping prayers according to the hours we intended. After some times, when that prophecy, before the prophecy came, I had a problem at where I took the church to. I was given a letter by the landlord of which my school was, that I had brought in two business into his compound. I either drop school and continue with the church, or I drop church, I continue. The case was taken to the court in the village, and my only solicitor on that deed there was God and Sylvester Umar, including Pastor Yang. When we came back, God settled the case as he knows. Because of this problem of my landlord, we moved to Umar's house, Apostle Etam John Umar, where Umar left us, and the district pastor today, then he was the secretary, took over the church. Now we continue with this. Because of these small places, we now start going out for evangelism. from different places. We establish all the stations that are in existence now.
Our people were having case, Ebusi from Warri, and a host of others. They came to the elect of God. Elect of God. And the case was a serious case. It's a case they should have condemned Ebusi or put him in prison for a long time. But our God will have it. As Ikechukwu started praying, he prayed fervently. When they go to court, Ebusi was set free. This happened all over the country. We have our own church here at Lagos and other places, Badan and so on and so forth. Is the Holy Spirit working now? No different. We are having the same faith. Everything for the church, whether you are at Lagos or you are in Benin or you are in Saple, Swamp doctrine.
There was a woman called Melity in Saple. That woman, she was a heathen. She never served God for her life. All through her life, she was looking for children. But through the special grace of God, he met with the elect during one of his crusades here in Sapele. So the elect called her and told her that there remained 2 girls for her to deliver, that all the raised children has gone through miscarriage and all sort of evil manipulations, that she should make haste now and embrace God Almighty, that if she will do it, that God in his infinite love and mercy will help her to deliver the 2 children. And he made a remark to that woman that even the man that is going to deliver the children through, said that man will maltreat her, the man will hate her so much, but it is through that man that she will give birth to these 2 girls. Really, after that prophecy, not waste time before that man came, because of her childlessness, she was not able to maintain one relationship because of one problem or the other. But this man now came and married her. Within a short time, she conceived. In fact, the man was surprised that he did not call you to come and deliver baby for him, that it is because of farm work, that she called it because of farm, to come and help him in his farming. Why will you say that you are under concession, an old woman like you, how will you conceive? Then gradually the baby began to grow. And at a stage where she wanted to deliver, she also delivered the baby inside the farm. So the women that gathered there, because there was no hospital to go, so as the baby was coming and some of the women ran away, calling people to come and see her. It is true that they saw the baby say that it is not sick. Because people were thinking that the woman is sick, that maybe she wants to die now. But at the end, she delivered that child, and they called the name Willy, because she don't know how to describe how the baby is moving. She always say, she's doing me Willy. So today, they call the child Willy. So after 1 year or 2, she conceived again and gave birth to another girl, and she called her Fanny. So everybody was surprised that at her age for 50-something years, she could conceive and deliver 2 girls, just like the elect of God told her. It was a striking miracle here in Sapele.
I went to him and said that there is no food. I said, my son, are you afraid? There is food. Ask me to take 7 steps to the gate, to the door that leads to the parlor, and tell God that there is no food. Initially, I took it for a joke. Son, I'm serious. You go tell God. Then I opened my mouth. You know, God will say like play. Then I came back to him and said, okay, I know our God will give us enough to eat. In less than 4 or 5 hours, it was as if the Lord took the world to Lagos to meet then the Colonel Gloria Koyenshi. And she said she was in the market when the voice of God sounded very clear that she should go to Benin to see his servant. And she was wondering, I didn't know. Then, you know this our brother George. George was our driver then. George said they were in the market when the woman said, I'm going to Benin. Mama, you didn't want to go to Benin. Bought rice, bought other food items, put in a car, straight to Benin. Exactly 4 to 5 hours, she was in her house. He drive her home and asked her to come down for her food in the house. When she left, Papa called me. My son, are you still hungry? I said, no. Believe, and always believe that our God is able.
Yes, the first testimony and miracle that I witnessed was the day I came into the church. The Holy Spirit was working. I was hiding myself because I grew up also in a spiritual church, which is Christ Apostolic Church, where there were so many prophecies about my life. When I was 7 years old, I was a prophetess there, and I was being told that I was going to do the work of God, I would do this. So when I went to secondary school, and the Baptists were telling us that there was nothing like the working of the Holy Spirit. They discourage you about, they believe in the Holy Spirit, but there's nothing like it. So I now became somehow ashamed to be associated with the working of the Holy Spirit. So, and I said, any church like that, I will not go. But the first day I went to St. Joseph Chosen Church of God, the woman that was working just brought me out and started singing. Every day. And I looked at this woman, and she now told me everything that I was told when I was 7 years old. My daughter, you are welcome. I asked for who brought this girl here. My mother-in-law got up. I was looking at her. I just wanted to see the church. And he now said he brought me out and put me in the front seat of they were deputy deaconesses that time. My first day, I was just a little girl. I was going to 20, I think I was 22, 23 then. I was not planning on. So immediately I heard, when I entered and I heard the Holy Spirit working, I was shaking up. I was afraid. I said, oh my God, this is the same type of church again that I have been running away from. So he now told me everything, how I'm going to walk, this. In fact, my sister-in-law Clara was sitting next to me, and I was afraid. So that's how I became. That was the first thing that made me and drew me to the church. I said, if they can tell me exactly what was being told me as a child, that means this church is a real spiritual church.
And the church is a place where they receive vision. And this vision help a lot of people. Make us have more faith, strong faith in the Lord. You cannot go away from the faith. This is why we were covered up by the umbrella of our Lord Jesus Christ. Then the Lord open your eyes, you continue to see vision. You continue to prophesy. How the Holy Spirit come to you, don't even know.
There was a day my sister didn't follow me. I think she went to school. They came, Lucky came and picked me. When he picked me, he said, your sister wants to leave the church. I said, no. Because I didn't hear from her. He said she's leaving the church. She had decided to leave the church. I don't know. Then when my sister came in the evening, when she came back,
He said, why do you want to leave the church? It is from there she started explaining why she wanted to. Then that day, I really believed that this is a man of God, full with the Holy Spirit.
He used to see something ahead before it happens. Whenever he tell you anything, if you fail to do it, that thing will come to happen.
Our faith church in Amakama was pastored by a man called Ebel Owebuchi. So when I got to the church, the first day I entered the church, the man got up from his house, spoke to me. He said, come, this boy, they are planning for you to die because of groundnut. Because I love groundnut in those days. And I knew right or right about groundnut everywhere. From there I stopped eating groundnut Friday one. That is the first miracle I got from the church that wanted me to enter fully. I entered there, continued with the choir from childhood and from that 64 till I grew a little, baptized in 1971 at the hand of the elect of God.
God told me something so many years ago that, my son, this is how your life will look like. I was shocked because by then I was in class 5, that should be in 1987, when I went to see my mom in one of those branches in Benin, Oregbeni, as it is being called. I was just sitting down like, you know, every other young man that came back from school waiting to get something to eat from mommy. So the person working in spirit in that fasting and prayer brought me out and told me how my life will go from this stage to this stage to this stage. And by God's special grace, from that time to date, it is how God programmed my life to be. That is how it is. So brothers, my sisters, St. Joseph is a unique church, like I said.
So God bring the many boys away from our side. When they was for Apostolic Church, and we got the Holy Spirit because at that time our Apostolic Church they come here. Many boys and girls receive the Holy Spirit. So we continue. God, through revelation, through prophecy, God laid the foundation of the church. And he tell the church, he say, make you not fear. In God call them. And he will be with them.
There's a place in Onitsha. We travel to that place for open air preaching. The moment we reach there, we sat in front of the church. As we are sitting down with the elect of God, a madman came from nowhere. As he came, he greeted the man of God. The man of God beckoned on him, and the man came. He said, listen to me. Do you believe? He said, yes, I believe. He said, give him a cup. Go to any food, water you saw on the road. Just draw a cup. Drink it. The man believed. They give him the cup. He moved out. He saw a flood on the way. He just carried just a cup, drank it, and that is the end of the healing of that man. That is the healing of that man. The sickness vanished away. The madman nowhere again. He said we should clothe him. And we take a scissors because the man it always a scissors and we bow the head. And that's the end of the sickness of that man. Praise the Lord. There's a place at Akwa Ibom. We went there with one of the governors, I could not remember the name now. We were there celebrating, maybe in a burial. There's a madman again that came and joined us as we sat down with the elect of God. The elect of God told him, he said, Mr. Man, what are you looking for? He said, Daddy, I'm looking for a healing. Oh, you want to be healed? The man said, yes. He said, okay, come. He called on me that should come in with the briefcase. The briefcase contains scissors and every other thing that you can use. And when I come out with it, he opened it, take the scissors, he bowed the man, the head, and at the end of it, he called for his soap. He washed the head. We anointed the man and prayed for him. That is the end of the problem. Praise the Lord. It was Mama Anna Hile that converted my mother. She came to my mother and told my mother that, come on, I'm okay now, I'm here. One man, Ikechukwu, now come healer. So make my mama ready, make them go. So now since then, these Tuesdays and Fridays, prayer started. So one Tuesday like that, I can still remember my mother go with her to Virginia. Getting there, they only asked my mother. The Ikechukwu asked my mother, do you believe that the God, when he healed Mama, can also heal you? And Mama said yes. Why? So that was just all. Then after prayer, they asked my mother to come and do 3 days fasting. Started from on Friday. After my mother finished that fasting, we all went home. Fortunately for us, the second week, around 4 o'clock in the morning, my mama woke up and said, she was looking at us. It seems because we were with her in the room, it seems we saw ghosts. I said, Mama, we just see us. Tell us where we lie down put. I asked her, what do I wear? I wore one blue shini. I still remember. My hands, we take and learn for school that time. My hand I take so. Now I wear with one cloth. Mama said the cloth when I wear, say a flower day. We can't be fear. Now tell us, Mama, if you know say true, this your eye don't open. All of us can't wake with the shout. If you know say you don't wake, because we used to wake my mama 5 o'clock in the morning when she go bath. After she done bath, ease herself, we go bring her inside till the next tomorrow morning. I'm saying, if true this your eye, they take and see us. Make my mama come out by herself. She can't open door. She open her room door. We enter passage. She open backyard door. She go outside. Then we come fetch water for her. She enter bedroom, a bath. We all come to shout, glory be to God. Now that one my papa come here. Now my papa come with us. Say, what thing they happen? He comes to say true, my mama they see. He say of a true that church, my church. Now that church my mama go to go. Now that church we can't go.
Well, when I was growing up, the church, one of the event that made the church to stand out was the prevalence of miracle. People that came to the church that were almost classified as being barren, God touched them, they became fruitful, and they began to bear their own children. People that came to the church with one sickness or the other, God touched them miraculously, they received their healing. Those that were crippled, so they begin to walk on their own. The miracle God brought to us through this church is they are endless, and it was one of the things that made the church to stand out in many days in the then Bende State, in Benin City, and everywhere. It is that miraculous work of God in St. Joseph that made the church to stand out.
There are several miracles he performed within this our locality. The next one was the next village from here, which is called Ekebedi. The mother of church of the Ekebedi branch died. Then the daughters and the son said they will not confirm the death, not until when Apostle Ikechukwu comes and confirm that their mother is dead. So they sent for him, and he came. When he went there, really she was dead. 2 days to the time he came. And he called on God. If he is the God who have chosen him and have called him, that he should answer him. And really God answered. And the woman came back alive. It was a great miracle that shook the whole area. In the headquarters, then, when we are in the service, then they rushed a dead man into the church as the service was going on. In fact, they rushed the man and brought him down here to the healing ground. So everybody was panicking in the church. Then our father, the late Apostle Ikechukwu, came and called upon God. So he removed his garment and then lie straight on the dead man. Then breathed through his nostrils, and the man sneezed and woke up. The church went haywire. People were jubilating. Both the people that brought the man, the news spread round Benin City.
My own elder brother from the same room, the ministry officer, he had a very serious sickness that the military had been taking him around all the best hospitals in the country. He could not be healed. As God will have it, that week of that crusade, he came from Zaria to this place. And I told him that we are having crusade in the new church because I'm a born Catholic. I was trained as a seminarian before I came into a choosing Church of Christ. That he should wait to attend that very crusade with us. He had left me. It was the miracle that happened to my own brother that convinced me the more that this man was a great man of God. The man just said all those people that have series of sickness should line up. And then they line up, he was passing through in between them. Praying, he did not touch anybody. But I don't know what gave my brother, a military person, source inside. He just touched the garment of Papa as he was passing through. That was what he told me. Instantly, say something took place inside him. From that day until this day I'm standing. That's his miracle. He had never gone to any other place apart from that very day.
Well, the Lord looked to the family deeply and said, Apostle Ikechukwu, the father of St. Jesus Church of God, gave him a revelation that a woman in Benin City, the devil is going to kill her, that he should go to Benin to go and save the woman. The woman with the family is very prophetic, will be very good and helpful to the church. So the man, the great man, Ikechukwu, rode the bicycle from Ajabodu to Benin. Without saying my mother yet, pray for my father that I want to look for him. Before my father got home, my mother that was called back for very good works. She had not let anybody to reach where she is, that she's already gone. My mother woke up. Prayers, just the prayer of the great man, Ikechukwu,
entering into the church is a bit dramatic in the sense that my journey in the church is linked to the conversion of my parents. As I was told by my late father and mother, about mid-50s, my mother had challenge of childbearing. And according to her, she had a series of spontaneous abortion, about 2 or 3. And in each occasion, my father did everything possible through native medical assistance, and none was able to rectify the challenge. Then about 1954, 55, I can't, it wasn't too precise when I was told the story. They heard about the exploit of the founder of the church, Apostle Joseph Ikechukwu. Then they were living in a village called Baru, at the back of the present Uniben. That was they were living there, engaged in peasant farming. So when he heard about the exploit of this man of God, he, out of curiosity, decided to attend his crusade. But before then, something happened. Then my mother had already taken in, and he decided that pregnancy must remain. And what he did was to consult a number of native doctors, and they gave him a lot of charms, a lot of herbs, a lot of materials that he needed to apply to retain the pregnancy. But that fateful night, he attended the crusade in that village called Eroro, near behind Uniben, present Uniben. Then during the course of the crusade, the man of God beckoned on my father, who was standing far behind the crowd, that God had something for him. In fact, he was a bit embarrassed, because he didn't want his presence to be noticed. But out of reluctance, he had to step forward, and the man of God prophesied to him that all those herbs that he had already acquired from various sources will not help him. That God had already stepped into his challenge. And after the crusade, he surrendered all of those things, and behold, the pregnancy remained. And that was the pregnancy that gave birth to me.
Papa, as he was generally called, knew that his time was up. Like Apostle Paul to Timothy, Apostle Ikechukwu repeatedly declared before the General Church, Council of Ministers, and members of his family that he had accomplished his divine assignment on earth. So, on the 1st of September 1998, about 11 a.m., Apostle Joseph Ikechukwu transited to eternal glory after a brief illness, and was buried on November 8, 1998, in his hometown. It is worthy of note to x-ray the literary works of Apostle Joseph Ikechukwu, despite the fact that he was not a product of a conventional Western education. Apostle Ikechukwu authored no fewer than 10 books in his life of apostolic ministration. The books include physicians and medicine, problems of marriage, the man God uses. Change over. Let no man deceive you with the kingdom of this world, amongst others.
Some of the books he wrote, I was the one that not only typed them, we wrote it. He had some challenges with education, so the Holy Spirit helped him, and that is how he himself molded me through the Holy Spirit too. So our hearts met together.
Just like any other priest, Apostle Ikechukwu, despite receiving direct ministration from God, was ordained a pastor in 1947 at Ajagbodudu by a team of ministers and elders from the Apostolic Church in the present-day Abia State.
Go tell him, say, make you go back to village. Go and call, there's one pastor from Apostolic Church. That pastor have the Spirit of God. If you shake you, he will tell you everything concerning you. So, so make you go and call that pastor. And the man will be in charge to go to the station. So, he leave Wajabodu, go back to village. Go meet the pastor Kawa. The name is Kawa. The other man is a Lazarus, a Gemba. He tell them, say, God say, make them fool them. Come to Wajabodu. And they come and open the church when he built, and he blessed the book of covenant, because God say, "You make this box of covenant to tell you that you know go disappoint them." And he said, "You know go disappoint God as an encoder." So whatever he asks him to do, he will do it. And whatever he said, ask him to do, he will do it for them. So these people, they not refuse, they follow come. So now that day they opened the church and they blessed that box of covenant. I'm telling you, that day, it's a very great day to God.
Months after his ordination, there was an eclipse of the sun that made the people of Ogwebule, his hometown, to troop to his home for protection. The place later became a fellowship center.
He was told people in our village here that something will happen, and nobody believed until the thing happens. Okay.
Once upon a time, there was something happened for British Ubese. We boss, we used to be like primary 6 to primary 5 to 6. They would get the guy, both girls and boys. From there, all the others gathered together. They said this thing will come no good. They will find out the solution for it. From there now, they send some people live in. They come tell us, there's one man, the prophet, called Ikechukwu. He can submit one for us that this thing will happen again. And from there we send message to the 1955. From there now, the man come with his followers. When he come, we greet him. We come narrate how everything be concerning the death of the boss. From there now, we go see on the local trees where the people where go Agaba before, they say that they are the one. When night come, we will get up. We dey see am face and face that he dey down, na lie, na he still dey up. And the local trees don fall for many years. Na from the Ikechukwu say alright, we carry am, we fall, we go see am the local trees. When we reach there now, from there, you see everybody will be firewood. Because we gather them together for there. Now, because that dry season, put fire for it. Burn to ashes. So from there, you say everybody can start church. We not come church. People will run away for there, all the wages. If they come back, they will do something. Now from there, everybody was enter this church. We don't do this church since 1955 to this present time. I say everything better for better now. From there, we say this man will come preach for us now. We don't believe on. The church will do this for better. Since then, now from there, the church still did and now.
We came to talk about the Iroko tree that spiritually at night the Iroko tree used to get up. So they gathered the elders of the village, they came here, gathered fire, and they burned the Iroko, the place. Then we pray here. Even later, some operator came, they saw the wood, the log. So you can see that hole there, where they stand to saw that time they use a handsaw, not motor saw. That time they use that is the wood they stay sawing the wood. Yes. This hole don't almost cover now. This is the hole. This is the hole don't almost cover. Don't almost cover the hole.
Immediately we started worshiping with Staple. Myself with this Atanaga. We started one operation takeover. We went to Lagos. We met one Uyghur. Well, the father is a German. We thought it's okay. That's how they started Culinary. So we had one Uba of Abbey, one us. As we returned from Lagos, we went to Abbey. Then we received us. We started one town hall at Abbey. And at that time, anywhere we go, we invite the spirit of the expander of the church, we need open air peace. So that's how we started the new church gradually. And this very place, Saple, after buying it, we contributed. We have to build a permanent building there. So here, it was Saple elders who came and leveled the ground on this place. This place was built by two people. Ahigwe and Libere Atalaga. One Ahigwe, the Ahigwe is late now, but the wife worship at a Hackman. So this is how this place was built, this small hall. That's how Saple just started.
The first person to come member of himself in Abbey was a man called Isaac in Nubuji, around should be early 50. Then the second person was Azikuba, in the second person. Then the third person is Ogaleka, the first federal church for the new dispensation. So then that Isaac was the first person was from Ibofu in Abbey. So he met a lot of God and took a lot of God to establish. It was not the one that brought the St. to Abbey, but rather the covenant, the second covenant, that is Isaac Uba, who became the second convert of a lot of God, was a goldsmith in Benin. So he had a problem, let me say illness, with something mental. So when he visited a lot of God gave him instruction to go and take something, and that is pray for him. And after he was healed, he now said, okay, the church must come to his place. So took a lot of God from Benin to establish a church in Abbey. That is the first church at Ubochi.
And that man will write letter too late. Say, I beg, make it come. We want to make it come here also and look for where we go. We look where we go. Worship. You come Lagos. When they come with one person when they call Obiaru. Now, Abaka, just data master. So we tell them everything. That time we were just finished now. School is never open. We don't have a car for it. We love it to see where we go they stay there, worship God. No teacher, no ready master. Where we go meet it. Every Sunday we day for their school worship. So we stay and they give that pastor for us. The pastor there with the father of church. So then the father of church will come carry us to, as they don't find it for that we said. So nowhere to. So we come go Ajabule. Carry father of church carry go Ajabule. Go to Yaketimi. Although I don't know her husband's name, but I know the woman's name. Yaketimi, Niger woman. So Niger with that will be Niger too. So carry us go there. So when the woman see us happy, receive us well. So we tell them, say, we look for where we go, the worship. So we don't look for Ikuri or that, and you see. So there we come, go to one school. They come one school we do Ikuri, and we do for Ajabule. So that school now, many churches they worship there. They come see us one side. Then we put in me and the group they from Victoria land this side. They go at Ajabule. See, every Sunday. With that pastor. You see. Get they come with one pastor his name. I don't forget his name. So with and the Rufus, let the Rufus. See, so when we do worship there, now there people we don't come to us, we will worship for St. Joseph. Come in say we will worship there. That place is full up. Holy Spirit will walk every Sunday there. So we they carry one Sunday, they carry Pastor Soki. They make him elder from elder. He become minister for this and that. maybe he go now. So we then carry and come with his wife. So we say, get something with him, whether I believe or something like that. So they don't go hospital, they don't go native doctor. So, okay. So that day, God work for him body, they pray for him. And God will heal her. That thing vanished away. Now so it's okay with his family, John in St. Joseph. So the people where they pay money for that place every day, they don't pay in time. So before they come church now, another church they don't take that place when we they worship. So it's working now, they for Kiri because now water. Now so church take go Kiri. So we come and go meet go to one school where they call Kiri there. So the headmaster agree, so make we dey come worship there. So we from Jagude to Kiri. So there we dey worship.
Before I and my people from Rivers joined St. Joseph Choosing Church of God, we were formerly members of Christ Apostolic Mission. So where we were worshiping under the Christ Apostolic Mission, the wife of the senior elder, as we call him then, died. Sunday morning, the members of the church, we all went to service because we never knew. But unfortunately, as we gathered for service, members of the man's family, who were not members of the church, caused crisis, came and fought members of the church. And the service of that day ended up in an uproar. That was where we stopped going to that church. One of our deaconesses now, by name Ngozi Bonds, tried to gather some of the women in somebody's compound at a place called Ogunabali. Myself, since I just stopped from that Christ Apostolic Church mission, I didn't go to anywhere again. It was my wife who was joining them in that new place they were gathering. They only go there, gather and pray. No man was with them, only women. So one of the days, they sent my wife to ask me to come. So I made up my mind, I went. I was with them, and they told me that for the only women to be here is not good. I should try to be with them as a man. And then that place they positioned as an altar that I can now be staying there and at least pray for them, talk with them and whatever. I said, okay.
Then in prophecy through me, God said we should find a man called Ikechukwu. That when that man came, that he will use a spoon and give us water. And that water will not dry. So after the prophecy, they told me, how can I know? I don't know that man. But as they told me, my spirit accept him. Immediately I said, yes, this is the man that I will hand over the church to. And by then, late Apostle Joseph Ikechukwu was in Onitsha. So by then I said, no, let me find him. And the man already have received the message, the vision, that there is a group from Port Harcourt that are coming to meet him. And he said, want to left Onitsha, on that beautiful day, I fixed to go there. So he dropped his load and wait for me in front of the church. I carried this Sansinubu then. That is the time Rose Lumati enter. That is the mother general of the St. Joseph. I carried Sansinubu, carry Rose Lumati, carry Nyong Okocha in another church now, carry Abraham Ahiyo, then one Patrick from Abba. He is the one that lead us there because I don't know that place. I carried them go to that place. When I read there, our late father saw me and hugged me, say, hey, this is the daughter I am seeking for. The revelation he gave me that day is Jeremiah 30. He said, when I reach that, I should read it. He called us. That is how I joined St. Joseph.
I say, as a secretary of that church, in Choosing Church of Christ, I was privileged to go through their files and records from 1974 to 1989. And that was the thing that convinced somebody like me that no, that we are not right. If God had been talking to us, that we should return the church to the honor and few clique of people because of what they are getting in the church, just go and change the name of the church. Somebody of my training that I cannot belong there. So I stood by Apostle Lomo then, who was our leader. I wrote the letter asking the elect of God that we need him to come back for the second missionary journey in Akwa Ibom. And I wrote the letter before him in his house in Benin on the 9th of June, 1991. There he invited the present spiritual leader, Apostle F. Kotalele, and then Apostle Tipa. Those were the only two apostles that were with us. And they agreed that the elect of God should come. That's how the man came back, and we embraced him.
As we were in choosing, he came on the 21st of June, 1991. There was a problem in the old church, as my sister said. Then there was no other alternative than for him to call us. Then we heard the story that the prophecy came to Choosing Church of Christ, that they should leave the church to Joseph Ikechukwu. We continued observing for some days. They couldn't change the name of the church. We now moved out from Choosing due to that circumstances to Culinary Nursery and Primary School, 31 high tension line, Ibrakuitam, Itu local government. That is where we started the first fasting. We were only 10. And we continued keeping prayers according to the hours we intended. After some times, when that prophecy, before the prophecy came, I had a problem at where I took the church to. I was given a letter by the landlord of which my school was, that I have brought into business into his compound. I either drop school and continue with the church, or I drop church, I continue. The case was taken to the court in the village, and my only solicitor on that deed there was God and Sylvester Umar, including Pastor Yang. When we came back, God settled the case as he knows. Because of this problem of my landlord, we moved to Umar's house, Apostle Etem John Umar, where Umar left us, and the district pastor today, then he was the secretary, took over the church. Now we continue with this. because of these small places, we now start going out for evangelism. From different places, we establish all the stations that are in existence now.
Our people were having case, Ebusi from Warri, and a host of others. They came to the elect of God. Elect of God. And the case was a serious case. It's a case they should have condemned Ebusi or put him in prison for a long time. But our God will have it. As Ikechukwu started praying, he prayed fervently. When they go to court, Ebusi was set free. This happened all over the country. We have our own church here at Lagos and other places, Badan and so on and so forth. Is the Holy Spirit working now? No different. We are having the same faith. Everything for the church, whether you are at Lagos or you are in Benin or you are in Saple, Swamp doctrine.
There was a woman called Melitier in Saple. That woman, she was a heathen. She never served God for her life. All through her life, she was looking for children. But through the special grace of God, he met with the elect during one of his crusades here in Sapele. So the elect called her and told her that there remained 2 girls